Well, we're following major developments this morning in two separate investigations into former President Donald Trump. One, of course, is the ongoing grand jury investigation here in New York being conducted by the Manhattan DA.
The other involves the special counsel investigation into Trump's handling of classified documents. Now, a source briefed on proceedings told NBC News that a U.S. district judge made a key ruling in that case. He found that the office of special counsel Jack Smith, shown here, had presented enough evidence to establish that former President Trump may have committed a crime through his attorneys. This means that one of the president's attorneys may now be made to testify before a federal grand jury, despite attorney-client privilege. In that ruling we are learning about here, it surrounds the DOJ documents case. The judge was not ruling on whether the former president was guilty of a crime, right? He was confirming that Trump's attorney, Evan Corcoran, can now be compelled to testify in the case because the judge came to the conclusion a crime may have been committed through him. So is that right? And can you walk us through exactly what we know here and why it's important?
Good morning, Joe. Yeah, that's about right. This is a deeply significant ruling in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case because it goes to the question of obstruction of justice beyond just mishandling the classified documents. It goes to the heart of this question of when Trump's lawyers presented the Department of Justice with an affidavit back in June saying there had been a search and no classified documents were found. And then 3 months later, the FBI found more than 100 classified documents, including some in Donald Trump's office. What happened there? Did Trump's lawyers lie to the DOJ? Did Donald Trump lie? Was there a mistake made? So that's what they're looking into here. And what this judge, Beryl Howell, has ruled is that the Justice Department can pierce attorney-client privilege. She's ruled that the crime fraud exception applies here, and they can compel a Trump attorney named Evan Corcoran to provide documents to the grand jury and to go and testify about his conversations. That normally doesn't happen. A lawyer almost never has to testify against their client. But the DOJ is going to try to get to the bottom of why was that statement, that false statement made to the Justice Department? Was it Donald Trump's doing or was it the lawyers doing? So this is a big, big deal.
Yeah, Trump's legal team's appealing the ruling, so it's possible it could be overturned, right? I mean, what's next in this case?
Well, Joe, it's been widely reported that the appeals court has sided with the Justice Department. And it's been also reported that the lawyer, Evan Corcoran, is scheduled to testify tomorrow before the grand jury. Now, we haven't confirmed the appeals decision. We're looking at a docket that we believe is that case that reflects that. And if that's the case, then really there's very little recourse other than an emergency appeal to the Supreme Court, which is unlikely to intervene in this case. So it seems really likely that this lawyer, Evan Corcoran, is going to have to testify and provide information to this investigation, and that is a significant development.
Is there any chance the outcome of this ruling can impact any of these other cases that former President Trump is currently involved in?
No, this is a discrete ruling about a particular set of facts in this classified documents case. But what it does is it elevates it to a different level. It's one thing for the Justice Department to be considering whether to charge Donald Trump with crimes related to the mishandling of classified documents. That's always been a tough case. After all, he was the president. He had access to these documents at one point. But obstruction of justice is a different matter. The Justice Department cannot turn away from that. If it's proven that Donald Trump caused his lawyers to lie to the DOJ to violate a grand jury subpoena, that is a big deal. That's something that the special counsel and the attorney general cannot ignore, Joe.
All right. Ken Dilanian. Ken, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.